closest one, man. That
It's where
Gringos in the house, straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street, where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex, the boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet. East 10th Street boys bring the party, bring the noise from Hialeah with some joy.
water like that.
Well, I'm telling you, bro. I'm focused, bro. I'm focused. Yeah, inside out.
You don't know where I am by now.
Identify as.
You know, hey. When Alex takes a shower, the dude goes for 3 hours. I mean, it's like, he's going to be gone for a while. You have time. Do whatever you're going to do. Go grocery shopping. Go eat dinner.
Night, Latin spice and neon lights.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a regular, right? We used to be on Wednesday, then we moved to Thursday, so I don't know where the hell we are. We're Wednesday night edition of East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah. I'm Bobby El Gringo, joined always by my brother, Alex the Boy. I said Cuban time, but I think I got caught on air doing that. We weren't on Alex time this time. It was actually my fault. So we were in the Gringo time.
I was actually early.
The half Puerto Rican time. I don't know if you want to, whatever you want to call it.
Port of Rico.
Port of Rico. Whatever. Yes, the crickets are back, bro.
They're back. I'm in my natural habitat, just outside, chilling. Nice. I'm waiting for, I haven't heard an airplane in a while. So, and me just saying that within like 5 minutes, probably an airplane goes over. So
I know you're a jinx, bro. You're
always,
a jinx.
man. Always.
Oh man. So much to talk about tonight. We were gonna go Puerto Rico. There's Sammy from Port of Rico.
Port of Rico.
Rico Suave. Mucho caliente.
Mucho caliente.
That's what they used to call me, Rico Suave, when I worked at Office Depot. They always used to think I was flirting with all the women. I wasn't. I wasn't that type of guy. But Vanilla, what's up, my brother? Great to see you. But I remember, they used to go. They used to be on the headset. They'd be like, Rico Suave, and eventually I was like, oh, Mucho caliente. So, this brings me back. But anyway,
oh man,
we got a lot to talk about. We were going to talk, of course, about the Dolphins and the losing and 1-4, and then Tua's comments and then McDaniel's comments, and now Tua walked it back. There was so much to talk about already. But then we had some reports coming out today, some rumors, the rumor mill. I'm trying to do a choo-choo train, I guess.
The hell was that?
I don't know.
What the
was that churning the rumor mill? The rumor mill? Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, better than you.
What is it, a jag in a box?
Anyway, sounds worse than the crickets.
Yeah.
Started churning there, and the report is that the Miami Dolphins are entertaining trade offers for Jalen Phillips and possibly Bradley Chubb, and other names that were thrown out there that teams could be calling in on: Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane. So. I was like, we got to talk about this crap, and not take it's crap because hopefully I get this right. Ricky Scoops, who's broke stuff in the past.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good.
He's people go, oh well, he's just no. I mean, I followed the guy before. I've seen his stuff. He's broken. So you got to take every rumor with a very thin grain of salt.
You hear it? Airplane.
I acknowledge
the airplane.
No.
Within 5 minutes, it's right over me, bro.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. No, but so to me, of course, when I see Bradley Chubb's name thrown out there, I wasn't surprised just because he's had a stronger year and he's a veteran and teams need pass rushing and doesn't surprise me at all. Jalen Phillips doesn't surprise me either. He's on a contract year. He has not lived up to expectations this season.
Injury history.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Does hurt your pass rush.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what really pass rush do we have right now anyway? What pass rush? I'm sorry. But the names that were surprising the most, of course, is Jalen Waddle.
Correct.
And Devon Achane. I'm going to say this. I don't care. I said that I tweeted this. I don't care what the trade offer. Do not trade Devon Achane.
No.
Do not trade Devon Achane.
No.
He's on his rookie deal.
Mm-hmm.
If you could try to figure this out sooner rather than later, which we know nobody believes that, you have a player on teetering on superstar status who makes plays consistently. He's a contributor, whether it's in the receiving game, the rushing, everything else. You need to do it. You need to keep him here and let him continue to grow and be your centerpiece on offense.
Correct.
It's despite what the Evans and the Bretts and the Gregs and the whomevers say, Devon Achane is the centerpiece of this team. You keep him. Jalen Waddle is another conversation. I wouldn't move him if unless there's a very good deal. I don't know how good it would actually get. Why? Inconsistency on offense, injury history. I wouldn't say he's only. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I love Waddle. I really do, and I really do truly believe he could grow, which is crazy to say after he's already been in the league for so many years, but he was already almost at that point, but then just kind of fell back, kind of regressed a little bit. I think he'd still be a 1-2 receiver in the league or in this team.
Yeah.
Without Tyreek, we haven't seen it yet. I mean, a lot of bobbles, a lot of catches that he had a great catch last game, but he was bobbling it up and down. DSG says that means we need to draft a number 1 or 2 receiver. Listen, if Miami trades Phillips, Chubb, Waddle, not Achane, but if that happens, if Miami seriously starts trading away pieces, there's other names out there too. They're going to trading Tyreek. Tyreek's gone after this year. We know that. And this kind of if this happens, this ends up solidifying that. So, yeah, Miami's is absolutely going to need to get a receiver sooner rather than later.
Correct.
You get rid of Phillips, you get rid of Bradley Chubb, edge rusher with Chop becomes a priority as well. Now you got to find a young pass rusher. I'll tell you, if Miami continues going the way they're going, you're in that top 5 range, in the range of a Reuben Bain. I wouldn't hate that. Love Reuben Bain. Love everything about him. Of course, I know. I understand. Everybody goes, well, what we need a quarterback. We need it. I get that. I understand it. But those start to get up. And I know Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. Daniel's watching. Shout out to Daniel, Sea Devil, DSG, Manello, everybody watching right now. We appreciate you joining us. We're discussing the trade rumors that came up today with the Miami Dolphins, possibly trading Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, and Devon Achane's name being thrown out there. I think Daniel has brought up before, like he would rather not go after a quarterback with the first pick or go after a quarterback early this year. He'd rather wait till next year, build this year, and then move forward. I understand the notion. The thing with Miami is, especially with this draft, there are so many options and so many picks. And if Miami starts getting draft capital, they can move all over the board. I'll just say this. Yes, I understand with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips would not bother me. I just hope for the most draft compensation you can get. Jalen Waddle, I wouldn't mind keeping, but it wouldn't hurt as bad as as I think most people think it would. I think Devon Achane I wouldn't touch. And a lot of people, trade Devon Achane. They just wanted to trade Devon Achane because they want to go with the what if of Ollie Gordon or Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright is reported that he could be on the move by the trade deadline.
Yeah. Which
makes a lot of sense. For whatever reason, the Dolphins have not played him at all. He's healthy. He's ready to go. There's been a lot of talk about Jalen Wright. Oh, he's going to be this. He's going to be that. He's going to be this. And he's just not on the field. So he could be on the move, not Devon Achane. But anyway, Alex, no. Devon Achane to Waddle to Buffalo? No. Achane to New England? No.
No.
But anyway, Alex, you I don't know if you saw this earlier. I don't know if this is the first time you're hearing. I know you've been busy.
Yeah.
What's your your reaction to these trade rumors that are coming out about Miami. Are you surprised that a fire sale might be going on sooner rather than later? And are you surprised by the names that are being included in these trade rumors?
I was surprised. I did hear about it before. Early in the morning, I kind of saw some updates, and some reports coming out. Obviously, predominant about Jalen Phillips, where the Dolphins were in talks to see if they can move Jalen Phillips, and then they kind of zimmer down, and then they're also taking calls on Waddle and Chubb and all that. Like you said, to me, there's layers to this. There's levels. Chubb could be had. They're gonna move on from Chubb. Obviously, you get a salary cap. You get some salary relief in regards to, like, you see. That's one thing I still don't have it perfected. When obviously I know it by heart in basketball, but in football, when you trade a player like that, is there still a cap hit on your team for that year? That part I'm not familiar with. Right.
Depends
So
on the
you still take it
contract,
this year.
because
Depends on the contract.
you can
Right.
get a cap
Got you.
penalty. Yeah,
Got you. Perfect. Okay. So, which is why for people are saying Tua's going to be our quarterback for probably for the next 2 years, realistically, just on cap issues alone. If we're going to move from him, it's probably the year after. So obviously, you mentioned something that's very critical. We have people tend to jump the gun, and they don't see this. They don't see this throughout and the whole plan in regards to, if you're going to rebuild, this is actually the year that you start that rebuild, because you have an insane amount of draft capital. So are you going to gut your whole team? No, there's certain pieces that are non-tradable to me. A-Chain, to me, you don't move. Like you said, Waddle could be had at a certain price, because you mentioned something about Waddle is he was kind of in the uptick. Acquiring Tyreek Hill kind of automatically made Waddle a second fiddle to the offense. So we will never really know what would have been, because his first year, his rookie year, when he was all alone, you saw the potential where he can anchor your offense. Um, After that, like you mentioned, there's been a lot of inconsistency. He has very inconsistent hands, and I never saw that with Waddle before.
yeah.
Maybe I was naive to it, but as the last 2 years, I've seen it more. Like there's not a confidence there when Waddle gets the ball thrown to him. From me, at least from a fan perspective. But Waddle could be had at a certain price, that without a doubt. I wouldn't trade Fitzpatrick. I wouldn't trade Chop Robinson. I understand Jalen Phillips because of the whole contract situation, but I will kind of pick my poison. If I can kind of work out a long-term deal with him that is favorable for the team, you wouldn't want to lose Jalen Phillips, because ideally, opposite Chop Robinson, that is a great building block for your defense. And you got Minka in the back, so obviously you need to work on secondary. But also, there's a lot of players that are not being used right now. Like you said, Jalen Wright, Westbrook. We signed Westbrook. This is the one thing that it blows my mind. How do you sign a receiver, tall receiver? He's what, 6'4", 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, and one of the in the red zone, one of the most consistent weapons in the end zone last year for the Tennessee Titans, who had horrible quarterback situation.
You got Waller and Westbrook on your team, 6'4", 6'6". That opens up everything for you in the red zone. And I got to give credit where credit's due. Miami's offense is actually pretty decent this year. Obviously, we've lost games, and predominantly because of the defense per se, but our offensive metrics are not that bad. Really, I don't know if we're middle of the pack, but I think we're averaging 25, 26 points a game, something of that sort. So it's nothing crazy. If we had a semi-decent defense, you're talking about a different scenario, which we don't at all. At all. I was messaging you, and I saw this, and I told Jamila, we were watching the game, right? Tua leads almost a perfect drive. And I'm like, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to milk that clock until there's under a minute.
And Monero could be onto something too. Don't underestimate the complexity of the offense.
I understand that, Manolo. I understand the complexity of the offense, but this isn't a rookie football player, And
No.
Like Darren Waller, basically, it's not that complicated. And he could be out of the field at times because of that. That's why Julian Hill's getting a lot of playing time. But there's just so many things. Not playing Willie Gay. That's another thing right here. Willie Gay. Like, I do not understand this. Like I said, we're not coaches. We're not in the building. We don't know what's actually going on. But unless you're injured, the defense has a talent problem, and they have a tactical talent problem, because it can't be coaching realistically. Like, it cannot be coaching at this point. Like, there has to be something there. Like, Jalen Phillips not being able to wrap Justin Herbert around. I understand Justin Herbert is 6'5", 240.
No, you got to
Jalen
execute.
Phillips,
You got to execute.
that's it,
You had
man.
him stopped. You had him.
Yes,
Wrap him
you
up.
had him.
Wrap him up. 100%.
Those are things that I do not understand. Now, what's insane to me is we're going from two plays from being 3-3 to 1-5, and now you're talking about like we're gonna gut part of this roster, which realistically is justifiable, man. But people have to understand, like, you still have building blocks, and this team is really young. Like, you just don't gut everything just to gut it for the sake of like making changes. This is kind of like the Heat theory. Oh, they just want to make people want the Heat just to make a trade to make a trade. That doesn't work that way. You got to make a trade that is going to be beneficial for you in regards to maybe contract negotiations with Jalen Phillips. I understand the whole H-in talk because his value is at an all-time high, but even because his value is at an all-time high doesn't mean you got to move him. He's a building block for you. You see that. Like, no one in their right mind will move H-in. And one thing that I have a problem with, and I understand there's a lot of ramifications here, Bobby, with Greer still being on the team, with the whole Flores lawsuit. There's more details coming out today. So there's a lot of legalities there. But if Chris Greer is not the long-term plan here, I don't want him making decisions. Maybe he can execute trades being overseen by someone, but I don't want him decision-making in the essence of trading away certain pieces like an H-in, like a Waddle, undervalued, because that to me will be detrimental to the team moving forward. We are in a transition year that we kind of saw it, but we didn't expect this fall off. And yet, offensively, we're competitive. Like, I'm not even mad at the offense anymore. The first two games, I'm like, there's something off here, but it's starting to click, even with Tua's mistakes, even with Tua's interceptions, even though some of them are not his fault. I get that. But you see the offense coming out of flow, and Mike McDaniel using his personnel, except Westbrook and Waller for the majority of the game. But you kind of see that flow coming. So you can justify pushing for it because you're so close, but you're 1-5. If you get to 1-6, 1-7, realistically, there's really no possibility with this competitive AFC for you to make a run here. So that's when you kind of start going like, what do I value? Like, how little would I take for certain players? Because the trade deadline is what, 2 weeks away?
Supposedly, yeah. Supposedly, Polymarket Football tweeted that the Dolphins are seeking a first-round pick in exchange for Jalen Waddle.
Makes sense.
I'm seeing that right here. Jalen Waddle stats among all wide receivers since the acquisition of Tyreek Hill, I assume.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe? Or is that since Tyreek Hill got injured? 17 targets, 12 receptions, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, and an 85.6 grade.
yeah, that's after Tyreek got hurt. That was 2 games. Yeah, that's 2 games worth.
Now, here's my thing and just shout out to everybody in the comments right now, interacting and throwing their 2 cents. Excuse me. Miami Kid J, appreciate you tuning in. He says Chop Robinson is borderline a bust. I don't agree with that. You look at this, you kids.
The youth needs playing time. The youth needs playing time.
And look at this. This whole team's a bust. The Dolphins are a bust. Okay.
Grant needs playing time. Savardier's playing out of position.
We saw growth out of Chop Robinson last year.
Yeah.
This whole team's a joke right now. So I think it's way too early to even dare say something like that.
Matthew Judon also is a possibility of being moved. He's a veteran. You want to respect him. If there's a possibility of you getting a late round pick at least for him, you want to do right by him. So there's a lot of, what's insane to me, man. I'm just saying these names. We got playmakers on defense. We are failing at all levels because when you can't stop the run at the front, it's going to leak into your linebacking core. Then it's going to leak into your safeties and your secondary. So we have a serious issue that I did not expect. I'm telling you, I was blindsided by this. I genuinely thought our run defense will be the top notch in the NFL this year. And I don't know if it's over aggressive. Like, I have no idea, man.
Well, I think that's where coaching comes into play, and you got to look at Weaver. I mean, we all knew, you look at the paper, you look on paper, you go, damn, those are some really good names, but you also look at paper and you go, damn, they're lacking here and there.
Correct.
But, you had no question about that defensive front. We all were very excited to see what that defensive line could do with all that talent. and they haven't lived up to expectations at all. I mean,
bro,
to me, it's
at
like
all.
it's the worst unit on the defense. I mean, consistently disappointing. And I know you bring up, you say like Jalen Phillips, like first off, awesome guy, has, a heart of a champ. He did leave out a cryptic Instagram post or something. He posted something about cryptic post, and I'll just say again, great dude, has had great moments. He has heart, absolutely. If healthy, you're better with him than you are without him. However, he's hardly healthy, and you're on his last year of his deal. You can't let this be a Christian Wilkins type of situation. If you're not going to re-sign him, and do you really want to give a contract to someone who's half a season? That's my only thing. I'd rather try to get what I can from him. And if you're going to move him, just move him. And move him for something, for a decent deal, whatever that may be. And I think if they do move Jalen Waddle for a first round pick, it's totally worth it. If you do that I'm cool with that deal.
I would absolutely.
Again, if you end up keeping him, that's great. You end up keeping him, let him be. And then you move on from Tyreek, you get another receiver, and you let those two grow together. But if you end up moving Waddle for a first rounder, totally fine with it. But it's not just. Here's the thing. It's not on one player. Just like, Chop's a bust. That's not fair. Kenneth Graham's a bust. I don't think that's fair. Jonas Evan's a bust. That's not fair. Why is it not fair, Bobby? Because look at the team. The whole team's a bust. Not only on the field, but off the field. That's my problem. My issue is first and second rounders not being impactful. Chop did well his rookie season, but this year nowhere to be found. Where's Kenneth Grant? Where's this team? I understand that, right? That's true. Patrick Paul has made a lot of progress. He's been a Cinderella story this season. He's looked really good. So shout out to Patrick Paul. And you're absolutely right, Manello. All the bad is overshadowing the good of that guy. But my thing is, that's not fair to Flair. That's not fair to Flair. The trash that's going on with the Dolphins inside the locker room, outside the locker room, on the field, off the field. There's a lot of crap going on. So I don't blame these rookies and a second-year player really until I have to, until I can see them a couple more years and hopefully out of this type of situation to see the best in them. We've had guys that were great their rookie season, stalled out their second year, and then got consistently better throughout the season. We've had guys who were horrible in the first year and got better later on. I mean, Chop Robinson is not Cam Smith.
No.
At least Kenneth Grant is playing. Let him work out the kinks. Jonas Evans is playing a whole other role. He was a right tackle, could play right guard. He's at left guard. He had to learn a new role. He's a rookie. Give the kids time. Don't look at the rookies. Look at the coaches. Look at the veterans. That's where I'm looking with this team. So when you go, and I don't think it's like the Heat at all. Make a trade just to make a trade. The Dolphins are a mess. The Heat have their core. They have their young guys where if you move one guy, it's to get a better player or try to move things around. With the Dolphins, you might look at names and go, man, that's a good name. That's a good name. That's a good name. But Alex, what's the plan? You know what the plan is with Jovic. You know the plan is with, Hero could do this. Bam Adebayo, his trajectory is this.
Yeah.
When you look at the Dolphins, and you know how they mesh. You go, well, Bobby, they go, trade Jovic. Well, look, man, they say trade Jovic, but look, he could play point. He could play this. He'll drive well with. When you look at the Dolphins, you go, man, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jalen Phillips, Kenneth Grant, this freaking guy, this guy, whatever. You look at it, or you look at the Dolphins, damn, look, they got Ollie, they got Jalen Wright, but you don't talk about is how do they fit? They don't fit. And what hurts that more now, which is to show there's no freaking plan, what hurts it more now is the off the field crap. There's like a legit civil war going on within the Dolphins right now. Tua put his foot in his mouth again, which he's been doing, and this time major. Yeah. So much so that he had to come out and apologize because not only did his, and then of course Jalen Phillips, anyway, there's a bunch of, but we'll talk about. Not only did his teammates basically say no comment, we'll keep that in house. They said what he should have said. After that, Aaron Brewer does
Correct.
And veteran players, because I when I first saw it, I raised an eyebrow, but I said, maybe I'm not being fair because I'm pissed at the Dolphins. I'm looking for something to be angry about. Maybe I'm looking too far into. Because when I heard it the first time, because I was listening, I raised an eyebrow because I'm like, you're kind of telling on yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're, obviously teammates. They don't respect the coach, but now you're saying that the players don't respect you, because if you're having player-only meetings and they're not showing up or they're late, you're the team captain. You're the quarterback. They don't respect you. And, now he didn't name names, but then guess what? You let the media and the fan base start questioning, wait, which players is it? Is it this guy? Is it that? Now you're putting a shadow over the team, and you're not taking – that's a problem with this Dolphin team, a problem with Tua and everybody. There's no accountability. There's no – I need to get better. I did this. Look, Tua threw 3 interceptions. The first one was in and out of Waddle's hands. Waddle should have caught that football. That was on Waddle.
Correct.
The second one, was that to Devon Achin? That was a little behind his back. Was that that
that's
play?
The one. Yeah, that was on Tua.
That was on Tua. That should have been in front of Achin.
Correct.
The third one, again, he did what he needed to do. That final drive, the whole game wasn't great. That final drive was great. I'm talking about the drive before Justin Herbert went downfield.
Correct.
You left way too much time on the clock. Not because Herbert's been amazing and he's elite. Herbert's still growing himself.
Yeah.
It's because our defense sucks. If you leave a minute on the clock, our defense is not going to hold that guy. And that's what they show. And Tua, that third interception, was trying to make a play. He was trying to make a play. I told my son, I said they can either do a Hail Mary, which they're not going to do because Tua doesn't have that arm.
Lateral. Yeah.
They're going to do, they were trying to do the Miami Miracle.
Constant lateral. Yeah, the constant lateral.
So he throws the pick that seals the game and whatever. And maybe he was feeling that heat. Maybe he felt it coming off the field. And so he was upset and he made stupid ass comments, and they were stupid. And I agree, Manello. They adopt the personality of their head coach. Yeah, that speaks what's going on now speaks to your head guy. Alex is right. First of all, players have to execute. Jalen Phillips had to wrap that up. He didn't.
Yeah.
I blame more Jalen Phillips than I blame Tua.
And
go ahead.
And the thing now is that, unfortunately, because you are struggling, everything will be blown out of proportion. And
on magnifying glass.
When you struggle, because we go through it. When there are struggles, your team has to be united. You cannot start dividing because it's natural. Failure leads to separation. Separation leads to discord. And then discord leads to lack of execution on the field or on the floor. That's textbook. Any team, any family, it could happen to them. So whenever I hear that, and a quarterback venting,
a house divided is a house that cannot stand.
Yeah, a house divided will fall.
Right?
Of course. Yeah. It's insane to me that I understood it when he said it, but
she said whatever, dude. She probably got me the cookies. That's why she said that. Whatever, dude.
That's an expensive ham, turkey bacon sandwich.
There's no ham on that sandwich. There's no ham on that
Bob,
sandwich.
I'm telling you, dog. Look, follow this, man. Go to Publix. You get the French baguette, the French bread. You got like 4 or 5 sandwiches there, man. Maybe 3 good sandwiches. Some turkey, bacon, mayo, a little bit of mustard.
That's it.
What cheese do you like?
I don't have cheese with that, man.
You don't put cheese on that sandwich?
No. What? No.
What?
The hell?
Oh, man.
I only have cheese with a hamburger or a grilled cheese. That's it. Don't put that on my sandwich. Dude.
So you don't put cheese on turkey bacon? Like, you don't go to Jersey? Have you ever gone to Jersey Mike's?
Nah.
Jersey?
Oh. No. Who's Mike? Who's Jersey Mike? Who's that?
Bro, that's one of the best subs, man. Have you had the chicken tender sub from Publix?
I had the chicken tenders, not the turkey tender sub.
Oh my God, Bobby, you gotta try the chicken tender sub. I promise you, man, it's delicious. But you gotta have it with cheese, onions, olives, ranch.
Nah.
You see,
no. What's the point? Then you're not tasting the chicken. You're tasting everything else. I never understand that. You put 1,000 things on a sandwich. Just eat eat. Don't you want to enjoy
Bobby,
it?
It's the mixture. It's the mixture of it. That's what makes it great, dude.
Nah, we're good.
I'm telling you, you're missing out on something. Mm-hmm. You're missing out. Whatever.
I don't know.
As we were saying, what were we saying?
We're talking about Tua. Everything's a struggle for Tua, is what
Tua.
my
Okay.
kid Jay, Miami
The
kid Jay
Tua
says.
thing. When he came out, right? Like, if Tua would have came out after the game and said what he said now, like today, while he was apologizing, he's like, I take it upon myself. Like, this would have been blown over. Nothing would have happened. Quarterback assumes responsibility. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But what happens? That's why I'm a big believer in these players' interviews right after the game. Sometimes is the worst thing that could happen.
Sure.
Like, I understand why contractually they have to be available to the media at a certain point. Even coaches sometimes. And I know it's maybe like an hour after the game, 30 minutes after the game, but right after the game, it's too fresh, man. There is way too much emotions, especially realistically. Miami should not have lost this game. Miami should not have lost to Carolina. I would even go out and argue, say that Miami should not have lost to Buffalo, or at least be competitive at the end. But there's always been a big play that breaks down everything that we worked for. So Miami realistically could even be right now 4-2. And I'm not trying to play this positivity. I'm being realistic. We're maybe 4 or 5 plays away from being 4-2, 3-3. But now you're sitting here at 1-5, and you're like, dude, what the hell happened? Like, everything seemed to be clicking at a certain point, and then boom. But now that becomes our consistency. We are consistently inconsistent. We are consistently not dependable on defense. So you, as an offense, I can understand that frustration. You can't trust your defense for anything. You can't. Like, you have to go in your mindset right now. If I'm Mike McDaniel, I got to score 35 to 40 points a game to even have a chance to win. And that takes a toll on your offense, because remember, these are professional athletes. And I was astounded when I saw the offensive numbers, because when you're 1-5, automatically you think, oh, the offense has to be horrible. But I go back, I'm like, the offense is actually middle of the pack, or top 10 or something right now in the NFL. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm like, when I looked at the numbers, I'm like, it's not, we shouldn't be 1-5 at all. But it comes down to leadership. You're at a certain point where I know Stephen Ross loves Mike McDaniel, and he's going to hold on to him. But look what the Titans did with Bill Callahan. It got to a point where you saw
Let me just point of order. The Dolphins are the 26th offense in the NFL.
26 offense?
They're the 26th offense.
For what, overall? Not points
Overall.
per game? Okay, overall. Okay, I got you. Maybe I was just looking at points.
And they're averaging 22 points a game.
Holy shit, which one? I saw 25. My bad.
You're probably looking at like 2024 or
Fake
something.
News.
I had to pull that up. I'm like, he's saying, let me just make sure I have to.
Thank you. Then I was misinformed. My apologies. Because some people are just late to the meetings, and like something like, oh.
I mean, oh yeah. And then the Dolphins
when in doubt, deflect. That's the
30th worst defense in football.
Of course.
But here's the issue.
Bullshit. We're the 32nd worst defense.
No. The worst defense is Dallas, then there's Cincinnati, and then there's Miami.
Oh my God, man!
Total defense. CS, welcome to the show. Yes, the rumors are out there that Miami is, of course, they're taking calls on Chop and possibly Jalen Phillips. Alex is late to this.
I was.
He just doesn't show up. Yeah. He's that guy. He's that guy on this
only meeting. I got there.
And then, but Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle are being eyed as potential trade bait. Teams are calling. The Giants is the one that's rumored for Jalen Waddle. So let's see here. Make sure my hot take, Cuban sandwich. That's the one where I'll eat the Cuban sandwich as is. That's the one where I take everything with it. Cuban sandwich is bar none.
That comes with cheese.
I know. I said that's the only one. That's it.
Have you had medianoche or no? Right? Did we talk about this? La medianoche?
Is that a holiday? Spanish holiday?
No, man. Why don't you, bro? Spanish holiday. So that's also a Cuban style sandwich, but it doesn't have pork, but it's on sweet bread. So it's really. I probably
had. A new coach is the only way to his tenure will end. The fans have spoken. They've seen enough. So here's my thing. Everything you're saying, right? Absolutely, right? You could see, like, again, there's no way this team should have lost to Carolina
at all.
You were up 17-0. for them to come out, that's on the defense because the defense couldn't stop them. They allowed 200 some odd yards to Rico Dowdle, who's killing it the last couple of weeks. And then, of course, the offense couldn't keep them down by continuing to try to score. It's an overall cluster for the Miami Dolphins. All over the place. The offense does its job. Again, Tua did his job last weekend. He got the ball downfield, did a beautiful rollout, got it to Darren Waller in the corner in the end zone.
Correct.
Couldn't write it better. Still,
beautiful
after
play
the game,
design. Beautiful
you'd have been
play
like,
design.
after the game, you'd have been like, man, at least we won. Just win, baby. That's it. It wasn't perfect. Hopefully fix it next week. But then, of course, you got that last INT. My kid, how does that help? Oh, I'm sorry. So he's responding to something there. But this whole team, that's why I like when people say, oh, a certain player, and I'm talking about the young guys, the rookies. Oh, this one player is a bust. This guy's we can't judge those young guys when they're in this type of situation. For someone like a Patrick Paul to be having himself a good season in this type of situation speaks volumes for Patrick Paul. For Devon Achane to continue to be one of the best players in the NFL, I hate to say it to some people that, he is, and any team would of course want him. For him to be like that in this situation, because Tyreek Hill couldn't do it, even though Tyreek Hill was struggling. Jalen Waddle couldn't do it. Jalen Waddle can't do it. Devon Achane is consistently productive. And with the mess that's going on in Miami, exactly, patient with the rookie folks. You got to give them patience. 1 year or even half a season is not enough. I hear people say bench Jonas 7A. How about just move him? Put him in his natural spot. Put him at right guard. Put him at right tackle. Austin Jackson got hurt again. Do something with that kid. You're setting him up for failure. And again, that starts with the coaching staff. I'm all about firing Chris Grier. Fire Chris Grier. Fire Chris Grier. I'll say it again. Fire Chris Grier. But I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to hold my breath until it actually happens. I'm never sure if we're going to fire Grier. I know I want that to happen, but I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I understand everybody says we don't want him making those decisions. We don't want him being this. We don't want him doing that. I get it. I'm with you. I hear you. I'm with you. But as long as Stephen Ross is still breathing, God bless. As long as still breathing, Chris Grier, I think, will always have a job unless Miami says, hey, we want to go in another direction. We want this type of coach. We want this type of GM. We'll move you to advisor role and you move here. That might be when you people go, man, he's making all these trades. That must mean he's coming back. Yes and no. Yes, maybe he does have that notion, but maybe it's no, he is going to come back, but he's going to be in a different role and we get a new GM. Maybe that happens. Wishful thinking. We can't get rid of Chris Grier. We got to wait and see if that actually happens. You see the writing on the wall with Mike McDaniel. There is a fracture in the Dolphins organization. It seems like Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa are they seem combative. McDaniel's having an answer for Tua. Adrian, what's up, my brother? Adrian of the Rainy Day Podcast was just on Real Talk Fins Talk with Steve and Greg. Appreciate you, my brother. It was awesome seeing you yesterday on Fins TV and getting a chance to talk with you guys a little bit. Talking Dolphins, as we will. Damian says, just fire Grier already. I get it. Again, you would need to contact Stephen Ross and see what he says. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of things going on about, well, maybe it's because the lawsuit, which I think most people figure that out anyway. We'll see if that happens. I'm not holding my breath on Chris Grier. I'll hold my breath on Miami McDaniel because I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. If Miami loses to Cleveland and all this drama that happened this week by Tua talking what he said, and then not only his teammates, a couple of them, but everyone in the media, former players were going, you don't do that. You don't do it. Everyone, people who love Tua, were also saying, you don't do that. And then one receiver who played who was signed with the Dolphins for a holiday or whatever. It was like a preseason or whatever. He even came out and said, I remember Tua was late to a meeting. He said he put that out there. That's not a good look. You're a team captain. And again, you're telling on yourself. Alex, if you're the team cap, no. Example of it. But did I bring up an old story? I was the senior patrol leader, right? Was it that? Or was I was senior patrol leader, scoutmaster. What was I, Alex? What was it called?
Senior patrol leader.
Senior patrol leader, right? I was the head of our troop, Boy Scouts, when we were kids. That was fun. You know, we got vote. You'd vote and whatever. And I remember we got voted, and it was a good experience to be voted. But you remember that? You know, he smelled. What's his name? I don't know his name. It don't matter. But you remember? Go back. I forgot what it was. You remember? Yeah.
Davey.
What?
Davey.
No, it wasn't Davey.
It wasn't Davey.
Davey wasn't in Boy Scouts.
No, not. Oh my God.
He was redhead.
George.
I think it was George. George. Hope George is doing great. Hope George is doing great. Yeah. But that's what happened. What Tua was basically saying was the equivalent of what George did. Right? It was like, go back to camp. No, in the rain. Remember?
I remember, bro. Yeah.
You know, it was funny. It's funny. It's funny for moments. But you know what I'm saying? Basically, what that is. You know, the guys.
It was no.
Whoever's not showing up, and whoever's not showing up to that meeting, they don't respect the quarterback. They don't. You're telling the fan base and the media that there's guys on this team that don't care about winning, because you're saying I work hard at everybody. I'm here. I'm at meetings. Where's everybody else? And then you go, well, you can't be talking about the backups. The backups don't add to the game. Is he talking about starters? Who's the starters? You start adding that division. Now you're trying to get the finger pointing away from you, and you're pointing at everybody else.
Correct.
That's the problem. So of course he came out today, and you know, he said it was on him and he made a mistake and he should not have said that. And he said that media misconstrued his words. Well, we all heard it. We figured. And then you had all the veteran players around the league. Turn Armstead, who, you know, has been awesome. He has an awesome podcast. Shout out to Armstead, you know, a great Dolphin who retired, but he even said, like, I don't like that you don't do that. Players. Oh, this is a report from Tom Pelissero. He says, player-only meetings are not as frequent as they have been made out to be in Miami. Yeah. And a lot of people within the Dolphins organization were left confused by Tua's comments. So he's
just frustrated. And when he mentioned leadership, that's the part that bothered me.
Yes, 100%.
Because the leadership is an open scope to a lot of things, from coaching, from executives, from owner. It's a lot of things down the road. And bro, player meetings like that, it's not that common consistently. Those are far and few in between. So you just got if you have a special assignment or you're going against an opponent that you want to have some extra work, you might call in a player meeting, come in earlier, or be after practice, stay later, or kind of have like a hangout, like a barbecue at home. Like, there's nothing crazy about that. So,
and you create the illusion, you know, you see here, like people within the organization go, man, there hasn't been that many player meetings. First of all, any player meeting way early, which they did, like after their first week, they had a player on me. It was like, wait a second. How does this have to be? You have to have a player meeting. And Adrian's right. It was, to me, it was a bitch move by Tua. And he said it today, you know, but Jalen Phillips comes out and then says, you know, oh, you know, that's not on him. That's on the guys that weren't at the meeting. It's like, you're creating further division.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Ken.
Ken, what's up, Ken? Appreciate you tuning in, my man. And thank you for subscribing. Hope you enjoy this with us. Welcome to the family. But I don't know, man. Look, it's just, Damian, I'm with you, right? Again, I'll say this again. Get rid of the GM. You're gonna get, you know, clean slate, clean house, and let it start from there. Daniel's not wrong. You know, you're going to take this. It's not like you're going to fire everybody. It's going to be good tomorrow unless you hit, you know, you hit the head on some couple players. You get the right guy. Really, one of like the things, you're going to take 2 steps back in order to take 1 step forward. You got to go backwards to start ahead, because Miami's at rock bottom. They're close to rock bottom. We haven't seen that yet. That's something we talked on Fins TV yesterday. The Dolphins are not at rock bottom yet. That's the scary part. They're not there yet. They could see the bottom. They're getting further and further down. They're almost there. And again, if you lose to Cleveland, if you lose to Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, the 1-5 Cleveland Browns.
Oh, that's a fireable offense right there.
It can't be. You can't make any excuse as to why McDaniel stays at his job. I understand the idea of, just let him play out the season and fire them all at the end of the year. Tennessee fired their coach after 2 seasons. Now, again, you look at what they fired John Robinson. They fired Ron Camp.
Yeah, there's a lot of insane.
There's a lot of turnover there, but they fired it after 2 seasons. My only thing to that is they've got the head start. That doesn't mean they're going to make the right decision. Correct. But let's say I'm not on this train, but Alex is. If you want a Joe Brady, if you're one of those guys in that organization, go, hey man, I like Brady from Buffalo. You know, Tennessee's probably, can Tennessee be calling him? You got to make that move. You got to start throwing those bones out there. If you're not planning on doing that, then sit still and wait it out. Daniel says Tua was wrong about that, but the overreaction is puzzling. But I wish media and podcasters were more critical of this historic bad defense. Joker, I don't want Brady after those last 2 games.
Yeah, they've had hard.
Buffalo
has only beaten bad teams.
But Buffalo again, every team has a bad couple games. Now Buffalo, you look at them in a magnifying glass. You look at Kansas City. You see even though I'm a Steve Spagnuolo guy. I think Spagnuolo's a guy I would look at. For me, Damian. Yeah, man, we got a few shows rolling right now. It's probably on deck. We had on last Thursday we had 4 or 5 shows going at the same time. I was like all over the place trying to manage everything. But first off, shout out to the Dive Bar Podcast. Orgy. Bobby Schaus in the house. Appreciate him tuning in. Damian says, what kind of head coach do you guys want?
Oof.
Damian, for me,
a good one.
I am willing. Again, I got ranked right, but I'm willing to hear you out on anything. But I want an experienced head coach. I want a veteran coach. I want a guy who did it. I know people go, oh, well, he's experienced for a reason. He got fired for a reason. Don't give a shit. Sorry. I don't care. Sorry. I don't care. I want a guy who's been there. I don't want the offensive guru. I don't want the hot coordinator. We've been there. We've done that. Adam Gase, McDaniel, whoever, Joe Philbin, Cam Cameron, Brian Flores, whatever. We need experienced coach and a guy who's done it, but maybe, has failed and wants to bring in his own GM and let him build that. That's what I would want. Alex has said before, a guy that he's very intrigued with is Joe Brady. So Alex is more open to a possible rookie coach in the right situation. But my thing is, you get a rookie coach, get a guy that has to be with a new GM. You're probably going to get a new GM if you get a veteran coach because they're going to want their guy. But if you have a rookie coach, I'm only okay with that if you have a new GM.
It has to be a new regimen, like a new regime. It cannot be, it cannot be once again the recycle one and fire the other one. No, that cannot be across the board. I don't know what that would entail, because I know there's going to be rumors. The Gruden rumors are going to heat up as well if he wants to make a move back. There's going to be a lot of available coaches, and believe it or not, Miami's still an attractive destination. It's not like when we hired Joe Philbin and we were trying to go. With,
I just want to say. I'm so sorry. I love, first off, Ron Rivera. Gruden is the popular name. I'm a big Rivera guy. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand, we'll see how he is healthy. I think he's the GM of UCLA right now.
Yeah.
But I've always been a fan of Ron Rivera. I've been in debates with our friend Dave Stager because Stager says Rivera sucks, but Rivera, 2-time coach of the year, brought his team to a Super Bowl. He's a disciplinarian. He's a former player. He's had success in this league. I'm cool with Ron Rivera. I'd love to have him as a head coach of the Miami Dolphins for a couple seasons or 3 years, set the foundation in place. Again, any veteran coach. But go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry.
No, man. And look, the Mike McCarthy names are going to come up. Doug Peterson's name's going to come up. John Gruden's name is going to come up. If Belichick gets axed in NC because you knew it was going to be a shitstorm when he got to NC. There's recruiting violations. There's a bunch of shit. So there are going to be names, right? And Miami's job opening is an attractive destination, even with Tua as your quarterback. And like Tua can still win you some games. Like Tua's not the worst quarterback in the NFL, so it's manageable. But now you're building something where I think based on the coach you hire and the GM that you hire might be the philosophy of like, we have all this draft capital. Let's go in now, even if we have to cut Tua or try to move Tua and eat up the cap. Like, let's do it now before these big contracts come into effect with HN and all that. So, but we still have the pieces. We got a young nucleus. We got a boatload of capital in regards to draft picks. So this isn't a bad. We're just in a horrible spot right now.
It's not a bad situation. If again, to us as fans, we know, right? You'll find every way to be miserable, but really the fact that, like, first off, to Joe confirms that Rivera is the GM for Cal. But he says he likes Mike McCarthy. Laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm very interested in talking about Mike McCarthy. I would not be against it at all. Bill Belichick, I understand the idea of Bill Belichick. He's failed without Tom Brady. Post Tom Brady, we know what he did beforehand with the Browns and the Patriots, whatever. But after Tom Brady, totally fell off a cliff. New North Carolina, horrible. It's too much of a distraction with the girlfriend. But also, as a Dolphins fan, I don't want him as head coach for the reason. First, he's fallen off a cliff. Secondly, I don't want him breaking any Don Shula's records as the Dolphins head coach. He's not going to win the most games as a Dolphin, and then we're done. I don't want. Now, again, it makes sense because of Stephen Ross. He wants that splash. What's a bigger splash? And bringing Bill Belichick, back to the league, and he's now the Dolphins head coach. That's where it comes into play. But I'm with you guys. I would rather go another direction. In that type of situation. Richard says Greer, McDaniel, and Tua must go. Don't remove part of the cancer. Remove it all. If we go 1-6 or 1-7, no reason not to play Ewers and see what he's got. Absolutely. Ewers. I know it's crazy to say right now. But it's obvious by the Dolphins' actions. They're not there yet. I don't think the Dolphins are there yet. Somehow, some way, they still see a road up. But I don't think you do that until the season is totally lost. So I would not do that at this point in time. But it might come to that place too. I might say I have to protect myself. I'm not going to play if we're 1-7. The season's over. If we Dolphins start trading people, maybe Tua says I can't do it. Maybe there's a decision made. At that point, who knows? We're going to lose with Ewers, but come on, give him some playing time. Again, if Miami gets that 1-7 type of say, I could see that coming into fruition. Daniel says, is Ewers going to score 35 points a game? Dolphins are not doing that right now anyway. Again, 22 points a game. But we just got to see what he can do. I understand that part. But Miami's not there yet. Ryan Day. That's a name thrown out there. Sea Devil. I'm not just any opinions on Ryan Day from Ohio State. I gotta look up more into. Honestly, I don't feel that right now. I'm not really into any college coach, to be honest with you. Mike Tomlin, that would be a no-brainer. I'm all in. I would be in a Mike Tomlin.
Oh.
If he becomes, I'm running to that. I'm down with that. I know a lot of people talk about John Harbaugh. A report came out today that Ravens are not looking to fire John Harbaugh. No. I didn't even think that was a possibility anyway. I was shocked people were even talking about it. Anthony Mazzano, great to see you, my man. He says Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden?
Jay Gruden. Whoa.
Are you talking about Jay Gruden? Or
Jay
Gruden.
Bill
John Gruden? Jay Gruden. Where is he?
He's hanging out, man. He's just enjoying life.
I hear you, Miami kid. I hear you. Yeah, I think at that point you're eventually going to have to be in that route. I get it. Not taking a chance on ruining you is rather take a back seat. What about Sarkisian? Well, yeah, Sarkisian is a guy that might be something people want to look at. Yeah, I'm with it.
The only college coach that I will consider, like I told you many times, is Lane Kiffin. But I don't think he's going to leave Ole Miss. He has a great gig.
And here's the thing, Greg. You're not wrong. And shout out to Greg for tuning in and commenting. Adrian, thank you, brother. Yes, guys. Hey, you guys are watching East Century Boys straight out highly on FTSN, talking Dolphins, the trade rumors that are coming out. Trade deadline is, I think, a couple weeks away. Dolphins, the names being brought up for the Miami Dolphins, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. And it's not just that side of the ball. It's not just the defense, which is the worst part of our team right now. It's also not just the 30th ranked defense. It's the 28th ranked offense in Miami in the NFL, and possibly Jalen Waddle. And you hear Devon Achane being thrown out there as well. Jalen Wright is a name that's being thrown out there as well. For the record, we were suggesting Ryan Day, not Rex Ryan. Did Alex say Rex Ryan? I did say Rex Ryan. I said Ryan Day.
No, yeah, Ryan Day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in on.
I've talked about Rex Ryan before, but
yeah. Bobby says Kirby Smart. There's another name thrown out there. I don't know, man. I'm not big on the college coaches. Cliff Kingsbury might be a guy to throw out there. Just names again: Mike McCarthy, Ron Rivera, Steve Spagnuolo. I'm not really high. I'm not on the front of the train with John Gruden. I think it would be cool. It is a splash. Right? Maybe, just maybe he it works, whatever. But John Gruden, Doug Peterson, I'm still on. I wanted Doug Peterson before he went to Jacksonville, I'd be down with him to come to Miami, former quarterback for the Dolphins. Any former head coach I'm okay to listen to. There's very few guys that rookie coaches that I'd be down with. But anyway, Damian Guzman says Deion Sanders.
Nah, he's not gonna.
No to Nick Saban. I think that's a fantasy. Deion Sanders, he's a former player. He's had success wherever he's gone. But what Joe just said, drama, right? And that's just Deion Sanders. And he would probably go trade for Shador. So, for people who want to get rid of Tua, you'd end up with Shador. How would you live with that? And here's the other thing. He has health things going on right now. God bless him. He has some issues going on. I think he's with his, does he have one more run in? Does he go to FSU eventually? Does he get that? Who knows what happens to him? But I'm going to pass on Deion right now. But he does fit I do want a former player. If it's a rookie coach, I'd rather get a former player. AI Don Shula. So there you go.
I still think
AI
we'll interview Chris Shula, and he might be in the running.
If you talk about AI, I got the AI Bobby over here doing the coaching thing. I did that. That was pretty funny. My brother did it, and I got it. Let me see if I don't want it to be loud. I don't even know if you could see it, but it was funny. Actually, I'll send it to you, Alex. It was funny. It's just identical. But anyway, how about Chris or Mike Shula? That's what you're saying, Anthony. Is it that's Shula, Mike Shula, Don Shula's grandkid? Yeah. Again, rookie coach. I know the nostalgia part of it. It's a Shula. That's awesome, right? There you go. It would be sick, but is he ready? That's the thing. If you're going to get a rookie coach, you got to get a coach who is in a winning organization, who's learned from someone great, who's done his thing. One of the only guys. There's two of them actually. Todd Mankin, who's an older guy. He's old school. He's the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. That might be a guy. But Baltimore's struggling right now. But of course, they have Lamar Jackson. But still, and Hank Fraley, offensive line coach and run game coordinator for Detroit Lions. Former player, played for Andy Reid, coached under Andy Reid, and now is coaching under Dan Campbell. That's a guy I'd be down with. Let me ask you guys this, because somebody asked me this the other day. Is there any coach, realistically, you would trade a draft pick for? Somebody brought this up the other day, and I couldn't answer because I don't know if there's any real coach, realistically.
That's true. That's true. It's close. It's close, Miami kid. It's close.
That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
They're putting up a fight, but it's close. Andy Reid, yeah.
We need all our capital. Yeah, I see. Sammy wanted to trade a pick for a coach. That's right, Dizzy. There you go. Adrian says John Harbaugh for a third rounder. There you go. John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, if those guys that you would trade a pick for, again, I would either one of those guys would be a splash, and I'd be down with that. Oh, there's Sammy. God, Sammy, God bless you, brother. He's always around. You don't think Sammy's watching, but he's always watching. You know what I mean?
He's like God.
It's, the Puerto Rican God,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Niño. Cafecito.
Yeah. Tomlin's not going to leave Pittsburgh. I don't think. I mean, unless there's a crazy dispute there, I don't see.
Again, I'm with you. I can't see it because you never think, but never say never. But if they did, I'd be 100% on bringing Mike Tomlin here, 100%. But would he want to? That's the thing.
It's crazy. Ross, we interviewed him and we just didn't hire him.
Well, the Dolphins, bro. That's what it is. Waddle and HN for Giants 1 and 3. Where's Finstanza? How about Mike McCarthy? We talked about Mike McCarthy. I'm okay with that. I'm willing to talk on Mike McCarthy. I really am. I would not be against that at all, having that conversation. Again, Mike McCarthy, Ron Rivera, Steve Spagnuolo, John Gruden, Doug Peterson. Not against that. There's a few other guys, that go crazy, but I see some new people dropping in here. Very cool. I didn't see your comment on Sweeney. again, I'm not
it was
really in
about
on any.
NIL deals in colleges. Like he wants to get out maybe because the whole NIL deal situations and all that.
He could get out all he wants. Hey, I don't want him to get out to go to the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah. I don't see him
I
getting
mean,
an NFL
again,
job.
I'm not really into the college coach thing right now. I mean, somebody would have to tell me, Bobby, man, but he does this, watch that. There's no college coach. And I'm going, what? We need to get him. You know, when Saban was coming out that time, Saban was a guy that I was like, oh, go after Saban. Because Saban, you could tell. And I think if Saban would have stayed, it would have worked, but it didn't work. Yes, Dolphins traded a first rounder for Don Shula, but is
Best
there
trade
a
in
Don
franchise history.
Shula out there? Is there a Don Shula out there? That's the thing. Andy Reid, if you got, that's not realistic, but I'd give up a draft pick for Andy Reid today. I'd give up a draft. Suddenly Brian Debo looks better, but why? How can that be? Perplexity. They hit the draft picks, man. You know, again, they made the moves. They had the balls to make the deals. They got rid of their best player who had a killer year. They took a back seat for 1 year. They took a step back in order to move forward. That's what they did. And that's what the Dolphins need to do. Take 2 steps back to take 3 steps forward. Scatabo, Dart. Again, they're probably going to get a hiccup here and two, but we'll see. We need a dog, Pitbull preferably. I don't know if Pitbull's a coach. I don't know if he'd come out. I think he's covering FIU or FAIU. Oh, you're talking about we need a Pitbull coach. Got you. I got you. Anyway, give me Saban. He should have been at DC for the Hurricanes. I want Dark to put Dayball as a creep the way he's rushing to die. I know he was an idiot. Dayball is an idiot for doing that. But anyway, I'll just tell you, it's never truly being a Dolphin fan could be a headache for sure. But I'll tell you what, it's never boring. It's always, every time you open up the app or you go to X and also you see something new, I mean, Tua's saying something, coach is saying something, coach is probably never saying nothing. He just says a bunch of stuff and hopes you figured it out. Let me see here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here.
Oh, see, Devil, for sure. If Mike McDaniel gets fired, he's going to land an OC job because it's true. His offense is complicated, but it's highly effective, and his play designs are amazing. So as an OC, he will be successful without the pressures of being a head coach, and he can handle the pressure. It's just I think you can see the toll it's taking on him, and obviously it's the struggles because you can deal with pressure as long as you're winning, but the struggles are mounting up on him. And at the end of the day, he's the head coach, so it's going to end up on his.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I fully expect Mike McDaniel to, if and when he gets laid off, to land on his feet as a coordinator somewhere. I see a team jumping. Maybe he goes back to San Francisco and he gets successful. You got to give him a few years, right? Because he's a very good play designer. Play caller is a different story. He needs to grow and get better at that. I think he will, because the thing is, he needs to focus on one thing. That's my problem with him. I don't see a head coach when I see Mike McDaniel. I don't. I see an offensive play caller being imposing as a head coach. And he looks defeated, sounds defeated, head down on the sideline, whatever. Or not head down on the sideline, heads down in the locker room, walking down the locker room. He just looks, and then you have to answer for Tua, and it's like, man, guy can't catch a break. Well, because he can't handle it. It's just what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is, and he'll move forward.
What's up,
Jets suck too. Be quiet.
Yeah, worse.
Come at me with that crap. No, but maybe you fire Aaron Glenn, and then we get him, and then we're better off.
I think Aaron Glenn's gonna get canned after this year.
Oh, they'd be so Jets.
I really do.
They'd be so Jets. It'd be so Jets. That's not happening. No demotion. No demotion for what? What's the no demotion?
The one for if would I keep McDaniel if he demotes himself to AOC? That's not gonna happen.
That's fantasy. That's not.
Yeah,
that
never happens.
No, never happens.
You don't go from being a head coach to your. I mean, I will keep him if that would happen, but no, the dynamic will be.
Yeah, but that's not even worth entertaining. He's been. I think he's been interviewed for a head coaching job. He just never gets it. But I think last year he was interviewed for a head coaching job, if I remember correctly.
And realistically, if we fire McDaniel, I wouldn't make Weaver the interim head coach. I would either go Frank Smith or Brian Devil or Dabble. Brian Devil? How do you say his name?
Darren Bevel.
Darren Bevel. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Darren.
No, you're good.
My bad. My bad. Darren.
Damian says, give Mendoza in the draft. Give me Mendoza in the draft. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback. Shout out to Indiana and Mendoza for winning the Oregon game. They're now, I think they're top 3 in the nation. Shout out to the Hurricanes too. You know, they got a big game against Louisville coming up. Man, Fernando Mendoza is very intriguing for me. I talked to Alex about that. I called Alex about that, where we talked about it. I was like, you know, it's funny because I started watching film. I was watching film on quarterbacks, and so I researched him when I do, and I see he's like, oh, he's born in Miami. That's cool. All right. And he's like, oh, grandparents are Cuban. Oh, hold on a second. This is ballpark. And then you watch him play. You go, wait a minute. This is too easy.
Too good.
But we'll Darryl Bevel. X Factor says Kingsbury is my number 1 guy right now, but he'll be picky where he goes. Already declined. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Maybe that's why you want to get that veteran coach who just wants that opportunity to try it again. And that's why, again, the report came out that with Tony Pauline, and shout out to the Finn's Faithful podcast, had Tony Pauline on the other day. Guys, if you love Dolphins content, go check out Finn's Faithful. George and the crew, of course, check out Finn's TV as well, and Rainy Day Pod and Miss Finn's and all those, you know, great Dolphin content creators. But Tony Pauline saying, like, you know, the Dolphins, if they fire Mike McDaniel, would look for that experienced coach, a more disciplinarian type of coach. You know, brought up Rex Ryan. I think that's just bringing him up. Doesn't mean he's the number 1 guy. Just thinking that was a name that was brought up. Jonah's absolutely right. Kevin Stefanski could get fired this week by Cleveland. Cleveland's just been a mess. Miami's a mess, but Cleveland's been a mess. So I don't blame Kevin Stefanski. And honestly, I might be down with Kevin Stefanski as an option for the Dolphins, to be truthful with you. He might be a guy that I'd be interested in. Stefanski helped force Baker Mayfield out of Cleveland, so no thank you. Again, I wouldn't hate on Stefanski, but Joe could have a point. But Alex, if you had to make a trade, okay, out of the 4 names we brought up, 5 names, we brought up 5. Because Tua's not getting traded. No. I know people will say that. It just does not make sense financially. As much as you go, like, man, he's not it. I get it.
He's your quarterback for the next
I think, yeah, if you know, this is what, this season and next season. And you go, oh, but I don't want to deal with Tua again. This is the thing. I've said this already. Tua is the perfect bridge quarterback. Even if you drafted a quarterback, you don't have to start that quarterback right away. You put Tua in there, let Tua with a new coach. And if Tua plays great, that's draft capital. That's trade value. Then you're like, hey, we're ready to put the rookie in. Let's move on from Tua. We trade Tua. Get it. Just let's chill on that. Tua is going to be here for 2 years, and it's not the worst thing in the world. After next year, he better be gone. But so Tyreek Hill, I think, is gone. I don't see Tyreek Hill coming back at all. I really don't. I'd be surprised if he did. Devon Achane, I'm not touching whatsoever. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. There's no way, no chance in hell. Oh, Bobby, they're giving you 2 first-round picks. I know. I was like, which team? No.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, if supposedly the Dolphins are, you know, trying to get a first-rounder for him, I would be willing to listen on that.
I'll move.
I'd be willing to listen to that. Yeah, I know. Waddle to the Giants is the name. If it's a first-round pick, let's do it. Let's roll. Jalen Phillips, injury 2 years in a row, season-ending injuries, but a heart of a champion. The dude, you can tell he plays hard. Inconsistent this year, but everybody is. But he's a free agent. I'm okay with moving him. Get your best thing. And you go like, oh, well, let's try to work out a deal. If you get a good deal, more like he wants to get paid. Let's be real. He wants to look out for his family. He has a young family. He's congratulations to him. He has, he's a child on the way. God bless. But he's going to want to get paid. I don't know if I feel comfortable giving him top dollar with what we've seen the last few years. So at this point, try to get something for him. And then Bradley Chubb, who has been probably the most productive edge rusher on the Dolphins, 3 sacks, I think, in 5 games. Makes sense because teams need pass rushers, and they're going to want to try to get him. And he's had that pedigree before going to the Pro Bowl. So you might get a decent pick for him, a 3rd rounder, maybe, late second, maybe, I don't know. 3rd rounder seems like the best bet. I'm okay with that. Alex is, are you cool moving Waddle and Chubb? Is there anyone that I'm not bringing up that you were like, or Jalen Wright? Are you cool moving Jalen Wright?
Yeah. Jalen Wright, I'll move. I'll move Waddle for the right price. I think we can move on from Chubb and Phillips. Obviously, free up the younger guys as well. And I know we look back at the original roster. There's a lot of guys on IR that James Daniels, even Cater Kohu. Like, there's a lot of names out there that kind of like you see the opportunities for the younger guys. But if you're gonna move, I think it's the older veterans, big contracts where you can take the cap hit right this year and then that's it. Because you have to rebuild realistically around your core, what you think is your core. And like you mentioned, Tua is serviceable. It could be kind of like the Alex Smith situation with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but he's a better version to me. Alex Smith was a game manager. Tua is a game manager as well, but it's a better, a little bit more younger athletic version, in my opinion, because when the offense is clicking, the offense can win you ball games, man. Like, the offense can be productive. It's just the defense at this point. There's nothing you can count on. So if you lose to Cleveland, I think we're going to see some major shakeups defensively in regards. I'm not going to say that they're going to fire Weaver. I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't foresee this team ending the season intact the way it's composed right now. I don't see that.
There you go. Evan, if you mean when. I love seeing a Canadian of Finstanza. I'm seeing the Canadian of Finstanza, and I love it. Don't see that with talking football. There you go. Man, Evan knows everything, man. He knows a little of everything. Just give him time. Just finished 2 hours plus doing a on deck on live streaming the Jays Mariners. There you go. Love it. I love it. Man, let me tell you, Evan and Rust, love them doing the baseball. All right, let's liven this up a little. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
It's Halloween. It's coming up. Alex, are you able to dress? Are you dressing up this year? Audrey's really pushing for me to dress up. Not really into it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm more now. It's kind of, you realize when you're older, when you don't look forward to like separating the candy for the kids. And then like, I'm more of like a t-shirt guy now. Like, my wife will give me a t-shirt. Like, we'll get like matching shirts for Halloween, kind of like a his or her, which is pretty funny. But even that, I'm like, I just don't really care anymore. Like, I just go out and I eat my kid's candy. So like, as he's going trick-or-treating and I hold the bag and refill, I just start consuming it, kind of the tester. I'm the candy tester. But no, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to dress up as anything. I might, I had some ideas that were highly controversial, political stabbings, like not political, little kind of bothering
Puns.
The puns. Sorry, yeah, I just said stabbing. My apologies.
Yeah, no,
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
I know Alex has that Rusev costume. He looks like that Russian wrestler,
yeah.
Rusev.
How about you?
I don't know.
Are you gonna dress up?
No, I wasn't planning on it, but Audrey's really begging me to do it. So I may.
Is it something themed that she was doing that she wants you to be a part of?
Adrian says he's Batman. There you go.
That's good.
There you go.
Batman's the best costume I've ever had.
I love Batman's the best superhero. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And first of all, if you guys, I'm a DC guy. It's okay. I was pulling Batman.
Man.
No. Let's not go there, guys.
I will be
Bobby is
respectful. I don't talk politics or religion here.
Colonel Sanders for all Hefe. Bobby's going as a nerd.
Oh shit, that's true. You could do that.
Yeah,
Bobby, you could go as Mike McCarthy.
Hold on, let's see something. Hold on. See, now you got me going there.
No, remember I told you, Bobby, you can go as
the Dolphins head coach there. There you go.
That's bro. You look like Matt Rule from Nebraska.
Look at this. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, you definitely look like an old sheriff. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, boy, that's what it'll be right there.
Up there.
Keaton or Bale? Oh, you're talking about best Batman?
Oh, oof.
Man, you know what? I'm with you at first. With Val Kilmer, I was kind of like, but really, I didn't hate Val Kilmer. I just don't think it. It's just because it wasn't Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's the best. To me, Michael Keaton's the best. I know a lot of people love Christian Bale. I'm a Batman guy, whatever, so I always find a reason to like it. But Yeah. And if you guys haven't seen Peacemaker yet, if you haven't watched that series or finished the series, Alex, have you ever seen Peacemaker with John Cena?
No, I have not.
You would love
Damn,
that.
Russ, that's a bad luck, man. Jesus, man.
AJ, in 1 week of fantasy, I lost True Vincent Hampton.
My tight end.
That's
Jesus,
Superman, 100%, dude. I'd argue with anybody. He's better than Superman, better than Spider-Man. He doesn't have superpowers. That's what makes him great. And he's beating Superman's ass. Like, come on, bro. Batman every day, any day. I'm intrigued by who the next Batman's going to be. I mean,
that's
legit,
going to be key. That's going to be key.
That's my thing. Like, who's the next Batman? You know, it's like I'm so intrigued. You know, I know they have two Batmans because what's the kid's the Robert Pattinson? He's not a kid. Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
he's doing his own version, which is cool. That's cool. Yeah. Or detective. You know, whatever. I want to see. You know, I'm really intrigued. I want that guy from. And I wasn't like that at first, but I am now. There's a few guys I'm okay with, but the one guy that I'm like down with is the guy from that show, Alex. Reacher.
Yeah.
He'll be cool. Paint the hair black, dude. He's like, but we'll see what happens. But anyway,
yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to dress up as. I don't know if I will. My daughter's doing it. She's really pushing for it.
Yeah. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
It has to be a specific. Like, is it? Because what my favorite candy is.
Yeah. Let's say, okay, I'll do one. Okay, let's do chocolate bar and then actual candy, like in the Skittles, Now and Laters, Jolly Rancher type thing. So give me chocolate bar and candy.
Oh, you think no? You mean chocolate?
Yeah, like chocolate bar or like a candy bar. It could be like a chocolate bar.
Reese's is my number one thing. Reese's every day, all day. That's my. I would
one thing. So
Reese's
for Halloween. You're going Halloween and you're looking at your pumpkin. You're just there. You're grabbing there with your eyes closed. What do you hope you pull out?
Not a syringe. Whoa, shit! No,
I'm dead, mama. They got me again with this.
So
apple.
candy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I don't hate candy corn, but I'm not a fan of them. I love Skittles, man.
Skittles. Do you like the sour Skittles or regular Skittles?
Any type of Skittle.
Any type of Skittles?
I could dig Skittles, man. He digs the pumpkin looking for Reese's and Skittles. Yeah, exactly. See there, Tati just read it. Yeah. Every day. But there's other chocolate bars, but those are my
your go-to.
Oh, okay. Alex. My great grandma used to make like peanut butter chocolate. They would like these little balls, and I remember when I went to visit, I used to play war and go fish with her.
Yeah,
and the home, and she would make those. She would put them in the the oven, and then she would put them in the freezer, and then she So I was and Reese. I love Reese. Oh, dude, put all the balls in my mouth. It was
I know you like taking most of them off. What? Who said that?
Whoa!
What?
Late hour, folks.
What?
It's East 10th Street, boys. You know what time it is.
Hey, are you an asshole? Like what I'm doing?
Yes, she made homemade Reese's. Am I an asshole?
No. In regards
depends
to
on who you ask.
Yeah, for sure. Same here. That you dig the pumpkin looking for Reese's Skittles. Do you like to put the wrappers back just to give them the false hope that when they opening it, like it's actually there and it's all empty?
No, you know what it is. I had to go. My kids, it pisses me off. No, Bobby is 100%. My pause. No. Did you try the Oreo Reese's collab yet?
Oh,
no.
I saw it. I haven't tried that. I want to buy it.
I haven't. I will though. Now that you said it, I will do that. Those are two of my favorite things. Oreos and Reese's. Like,
do you like the white chocolate Reese's?
No,
that's my favorite.
No, I will try it. I will have it if it's like
Oh, okay,
I will do it.
Cool,
I will do it. I will try it, but it's not my preferred thing. No, man. You know what it is? First of all, Reese's, anything, Oreos would be like that too. I'm so picky. But like if I'll feel the Reese pack, and I used to do this at Walgreens when we used to work. That's how I started doing it. But I'd feel for which ones were soft. That's the ones I'd buy. I love them soft. Now, if they're a little bit hard, that's why sometimes they'll have they're not stale, but they're kind of dry. I hate those. I don't hate them, but I'm like, I don't really keep them.
When you bite on them, it's not the same feel, right?
It's right. Yeah.
Oh, what is
but
this?
You can put them in a freezer and then, or not the freezer, but the refrigerator, and they're better.
You see, for me, it's the opposite in regards to cookies. I don't like soft cookies, like like soft cookies. I don't like that. I like the harder texture cookie.
So I am a big Oreo and milk. I love having milk.
Uh-huh.
Dipping in the milk. Pause. Are you just
Pause.
getting that, DSG? Did you just hear about the balls? I love the late reactions to all that. Kit Kat is good, man. I love Kit Kat.
Yes, Kit Kat you can't go wrong with.
Cookie dough bites from the movie theater. Cookie dough bites. And
those
now
are
they're
legit
out.
too.
I love cookie dough bites. You know.
And have you seen the new trend now? They're making like all our favorite like cookies and all that as ice cream sandwiches or desserts. Like you go to the store, there's Reese's now ice cream.
Yes. But
I actually buy one of my favorite ones. It looks like a
Reese's.
Snicker. Is the Kind bar. The Kind bar has an ice cream bar. It's peanut butter. It's delicious, man.
Oh yeah, I dip my cookies in milk. So I haven't some, but it depends. Like sometimes I'll just if I eat a cookie and I'm drying it, I really this is good. I'll just keep doing it. I'll just drink a glass of milk. But I love cookies and milk. But cookie dough ice cream is legit. I love cookie dough ice cream. There's this I forgot what it's called. What's the famous ice cream company?
Ben and Jerry's.
Yes, Ben and Jerry's. They have these little cups. These little cups. And I said I'm gonna try it out one day. It was the cookie dough one. It all magic.
It's delicious, bro.
Softly.
Delicious. You can't go wrong with cookie dough.
Put it on your lips. Lips get wet. You stick it in your mouth. And, right down your mouth.
DSG, just go hit it. Just now pause all caps. Pausa.
Bobby loves the leche. I love leche, brother.
Whoa,
cold leche. I'm a milk leche. What are you talking about? What?
You're saying it in Spanish. That's a whole different thing, Bobby.
Oh, is it?
That's a whole different thing, bro.
No, I didn't mean like that.
Ask Tati, bro. I'm man. Telling you.
What's that mean? Hold on a second. No,
I'll tell you off air because then we're gonna really off.
Tade, what's that mean? Hold on. I like milk.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'll go into.
Why are we teaching our kids this then? Why do I tell you? I want leche, and I said, I get you some.
A Cuban saying like when you're making fun of your friend, traga leche, like milk swallower. What do you think it means?
Oh,
that's exactly what it means.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
and now we can skip. This is the beauty of it. Now I can just get that clip right there, and you're moving your face too and everything. I love leche.
Look, here comes Sammy, bro.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
That's not what I meant. You know. That's why Bobby, you lived in Bobby. You're half Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
and grew up in a Cuban house and Cuban best friend. You don't speak Spanish. This is
all
why. It's a trap. It's all a trap. It's a trap.
It's amazing.
You know.
It's amazing.
You guys walked me into that. No, just stop. Just stop. You know,
I'll
never say
the white guy with the white stuff.
That's horrible.
He ain't talking about booger sugar.
It's always a trap. It is, man. It's like I never understood it. You know, there's words I said, that I learned growing up with Cubans that I say tot, and all of a sudden they're bad words. Why'd you say that? I'm like, what did I say? You know. Bobby, you ever had a Turkey Hill cookie dough ice cream? No. I don't know what to say anymore. Because now I see extra creamy leche, and that's dirty to me now.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's like, whoa, You're
gonna walk by. I don't know. Tati, maybe you can answer this. In your Walmart, right? I mean, I know it's completely different, but all our Walmarts here in Miami, now they have a section, like a cooler section, where it's all the Hispanic desserts. It's like 3 or 4 companies that make it exclusively for Walmart there. Do you guys have that over there? Because when he just said leche, like there's tres leche, cuatro leche. Show. So he's just gonna come by. You're gonna end it. Creamy ice cream. You should just start eating your sandwich as we're live and just like go on.
Too late. I'll heat it up in a minute. Drink some leche with it. Wash it down.
Wash it down with some milk. Give me some chocolate milk.
So many people do that. Some people drink milk for dinner. They have milk with their dinner.
You say that. I never in my life, in my Cuban household, did you have milk with dinner. I believe that's an American.
I never had it either. Right? No, I had it. No, I'll tell you when it was introduced to it was when I went to Gary's house. And shout out to Gary. Gary, watch it.
Not even Gary's house, dude. When we were in school, at lunch, they gave us milk.
They gave us chocolate milk. Like, no, that's true. That's true. So East End Street OnlyFans. Harry Chess, you want to see me drink this milk?
Oh my god! And then it just stays stuck in the hair.
In the hairs.
When you have
dripping off the beard.
Yeah, when you have cereal and it's just on the beard, it's just all over.
I don't make enough money doing all this shit, so I'd rather do that, I guess.
And it's condensed milk, so it's all sticky.
I'm
As
sorry
it's
to all the
going
ones
down.
like watching here for Dolphins. They're going, "What the hell are we watching?" we're at the end now. We're not at the end, but we're at our laid back hour. The Walmart up in Nashville when I went had all the Spanish. It was like going to Disney.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything that DSG's posting right now. I'm not posting. I don't trust anything. What is the most popular Halloween candy?
Oh, it has to be Hershey's, right?
Reese's.
Reese's is the most popular one.
Reese's, bro.
Oh, wow. I
Reese's,
would think
bro.
that people are allergic to peanuts and all that. That would be kind of like down the lane, but gonna.
Damn well Sammy ain't going to bed. He's a late owl, homie. No, true or false? Halloween is the largest commercial holiday in the United States.
Damn. Commercial. So this is including Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving.
Holidays, bro. All the holidays.
Yeah, but Jesus. Involving sales, like merchandise, all that.
Yeah.
I would say so because of the costumes, the candy.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, okay, Christmas, yeah, presents
Second.
and all that. Yeah,
Halloween is second.
yeah,
It's Christmas, bro. You know you were gonna say it. You messed up. You tried to get too smart about it.
Yeah, because I was taking into account costumes, but obviously Christmas it involves the presents, the travel, so and the commercials and all that. So,
according to their theme song, which family is said to be creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky?
the Addams Family.
There you go. You got one right finally.
Yes,
the
sir.
Addams Family.
That was a.
You know, there's a thing. There's a rumor that the Addams Family is Puerto Rican.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, because the actor.
Yeah, I know.
That's
yeah,
why.
and that's why I was like, I had to look it up, and I was like, is that true? And it's like, no, that's not true. They never really say that they're this, but I was like, that kind of makes sense. Just go to and there's a lot of Reese's. I know. Wednesday's a great show, DSG. Love Wednesday. That's a fun show.
Do you like Reese's Pieces? Like, would you have that, or do you prefer to have the regular?
No, I rather have the cup, but
Gotcha.
no, I will eat Reese's Pieces for sure, 100%. Let's see. What dance was allegedly a graveyard smash that got caught on in a flash?
A graveyard smash?
Yeah.
A Thriller?
No, the Monster Mash.
Oh,
It's the Monster Mash.
I'm thinking about like
it was a graveyard smash.
That's true.
It caught on in a flash.
And my daughter performed that at one of the talent shows.
Did she?
Yeah, when she was drumming in her drum school, and that was a song that they picked because it was an October show. Wow, can't believe I just didn't. I didn't put two and two together on that one.
That is not true. There was a creative choice to pick a Spanish last name or Italian, and they went with the Spanish one. It was a gamble, not intentional. The Monster Mash. What are you talking about?
No, Tati was talking about the Addams Family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. You are not reading me. You want me to read you, babe? I'll read you. I'll read you right now. Let's end the show. You want some milk? You want some milk? Watch, you're gonna hear her go, whatever. Who is the main villain in this horror franchise named after this holiday?
Oh, come on, man.
Michael Myers. It's not Austin Powers.
Michael Myers.
Beep, 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 beep. She needs some milk.
Milk and cookies.
She needs some milk.
Every time I just think of milk and cookies is Bernie Mac with his nephews. And he says, I want some milk and cookies.
It has a whole new meaning now. Like milk is ruined for me.
I guarantee, Bobby, you're gonna go to the fridge and you're gonna see the bottle of milk, or you have to go to Publix or something to buy milk, and you're gonna laugh every single time you just see a bottle of milk.
Let's see. I'm trying to find something that you're gonna know.
Oh, Anchorman, the scene where he's drinking milk, and it was the middle of the day. It's like milk was a bad choice.
Yeah, he's sweating. It was a bad choice. What's your favorite Halloween movie? I know what your favorite horror movie is, right?
Which is
Saw.
yes, that's my favorite.
Right?
Seriously, yes, throughout.
Okay, but is there a what? What did I not know? Milk and leche? Is that what we're still on that?
Probably, yeah.
Or
she's
the
probably
Addams
still on
Family? I don't know. Anyway, Friday the
Um,
13th. Adrian says Friday the 13th.
that is
Tati says Nightmare Before Christmas.
for a while. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I'm still gonna go with Halloween. That to me
Halloween guy.
is
Michael Myers is the
notch to
best.
me.
Yeah, I love Halloween. Yeah, but you see, my favorite holidays, and it's great because obviously it's most people anyway, but Halloween and Christmas. You're not reading me on time. You're being a hairy Sasquatch. Oh, sorry. Well, remember, we're a little ahead and behind and all that, you know.
Yeah.
And you're slower listening because you're trying to process what I'm saying because English is not your first language. You know.
Here we go.
So
Here comes the
don't be
jab.
What? Huh? What I say?
Now she goes. Oh, but watch out. You better check that
I'm ready to
sandwich
go.
and you're gonna heat it up.
I'm ready to go. Yeah, I know. I'm yeah.
There's gonna be some.
This ain't mayonnaise. It's not mayonnaise.
I didn't ask for extra spices. What are these spices?
What is this?
Sazón completa. Where did you get this? Is this minced onion? What is this?
You dice onions in here?
Those are toenails, Bobby. Those are toenails.
Oh, that's
God
fucking
damn.
horrible. That's horrible.
Now you're gonna watch. I guarantee you're gonna heat up your sandwich. You're gonna open it up.
No, dude. No, see, now I will do it. I will do it because she's done shit like that. She's vindictive. No, man, Halloween is awesome. The movies Halloween. I just love watching those movies.
It is my wife's favorite holiday. It is a super fun holiday.
It is.
It gives people. I remember it was so like now I know a lot of people make a lot of fuss about what you can do or not do and say, but before it was like careless fun. Like when you were a kid, you look forward to Halloween. Obviously, you look forward to Christmas. I love Thanksgiving for the food, but when you're a kid, Halloween is to me one of the top ones for sure.
100%. And I was talking to yesterday. I was actually talking to my coworker about that because she was asking me, you know, is your wife the one who puts up does she get excited about putting up trees and everything? I was like, man, it's me. I'm the one who she puts up the tree. She does doing that with the kids. I said, but I'm the one who has to go get it out and and I'm like, let's do this, let's put it up. And I said, if it wasn't for me, there would be no pictures on the wall. This would just be a bare wall, bare house, She just loved living in it, and I don't think I'm saying anything wrong. It's true.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of Spanish people in certain religions don't celebrate Halloween. That's true.
Well, I love Thanksgiving. Tati makes the best turkey, in my opinion. All the turkeys I've had, she has the best one. Food,
the turkey,
the turkey,
the stuffing of the turkey,
all that.
Firsthand, it's true. I was there for one, and we had a great time. And yes, the turkey was delicious.
She puts a lot of work in that.
Yeah.
But I love Christmas and Halloween, and I know about the evil. It's just fun. It's imagination. Kids need imaginations, and even adults. We're so worried about stupid things nowadays. Like, just get out of there, get out of that world, and just make enjoy the night, enjoy Halloween. Same thing with Christmas. It's the magic of it. It's the imagination of it. This is real, and this is no bullshit. Put the tree out, put the cookies out, have a blast. Put the TV on, look at the map, and have fun with it. Like, just enjoy it. That's why I love it.
I think dentists should make a pun and kind of sponsor commercials on all that because it's a great business for them. Like, the more candy you eat, the more you have to visit the dentist. So I think it will be hilarious if you're a dentist. There will be a bunch of commercials with like Colgate, Sensodyne, all these things. Like, if they can make it fun and have like Halloween themed commercials, I think there's an actual
100%,
market for that. Like, you just gotta enjoy it, man. Comedy helps you out in every aspect. So, and there's humor. These commercials with humors are the best. You can't have serious commercials, man. You gotta have humorous commercials.
And I think nowadays, in this climate that we're in, not getting into anything, but this climate, I think people should more and more try to enjoy those little things.
Correct.
Halloween and Christmas, and enjoy the magic of it. Too many kids are looking at reality bullshit that's out there that their eyes are on right now, and they should be just enjoying being a kid. Anyway, yes, I used to write a copy for local dentists, and the marketing strategy was candy and Halloween.
For sure.
People are sensitive.
It's marketing, dude. It's perfect.
Have fun, joke, enjoy yourself. Santa is real. Goblins are real. Just have fun
Yeah.
with it.
Just
Just who gives a shit.
You're giving kids a lesson and just tradition in certain aspects, you know.
Yeah,
But,
I love Halloween, man. So and I love watching my kids run around for Halloween. I love when you got the little haunted houses that people put up.
Yeah.
Like on my street here, it's like they do. It's so cool. It's like a movie. It's like the Halloween movies. They decorate, and the lady opens her garage for a little haunted house. You go quick through it, and I just love watching their faces as they get freaked out with everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, we gotta run. You get into it with them. What do you go? Oh, that's fake. Don't do that. What a loser. What a loser you are. I'll say that. What a loser. You really? What do you? Oh no, honey, go ahead. Look at Twitter. Go watch somebody get killed. What do you? Go watch stupid shit on here. No, how about just enjoy it? And a bunch of idiots. Anyway, now I'm pissed. Like now
you're mad. Now you're mad.
It's my.
Yeah.
I need some milk.
Leche.
Listen.
Leche.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, yeah, we're towards the end of it here. Halloween's around the corner. We'll talk more about Halloween as we get closer. Halloween movies are awesome. Halloween holiday is awesome.
Yeah.
My son was asking me the other day, and I was like, yes, let's do that. He was like, you want to watch Paranormal Caught on Camera? It's on HBO. It's like people real footage of ghosts and monsters. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I love watching those things. Those are cool. And he's like, Skinwalkers. He loves Skinwalkers. I'm like, damn, dude. He's a huge Skinwalker guy.
Yeah. It's like, you sleep, bro? What's wrong with you, man?
No, he'll say, he goes like, you give him a cereal. He goes, are you Skinwalker? I go, what? I'm just asking you. Are you hungry, bro? I'm like, what are you talking about? So when you looked, I had a coworker whose daughter intentionally ruined Christmas for others, and he praised it. And a coworker who's talking about. They're idiots.
That right there.
That's stupid. Yeah, losers.
And then those are the ones that will tell you how you should live and what you're doing wrong.
So whatever you do, you do. Whatever you do in your own house is your business.
Yeah.
Let everybody else be. What it is.
What about the time where, and I don't want to go off topic, but what about the time with just us respecting humanity? Like, just be human being. That's it. Like, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter who you are. You're a human being. Respect the other human being. Plain and simple.
That's it.
Let them enjoy what they enjoy.
That's it. Anywho,
yeah.
But we'll get more into it. We'll be back next week, Alex and I together. We'll talk more Halloween, and we'll probably talk about. So now that McDonald's finally fired, who's the guy? Who are we going after? And they traded this guy.
Yeah.
What pick are we getting?
We'll talk Heat. I promise. Next show
we will talk Miami Heat. The season is right
here.
Yeah. Panthers are 3-2. They lost against They lost today. I know that. I just try to remember.
To I think Red Wing. Was it Red Wings?
Yes. The tire with the wing on the back. There you go.
Yeah. That's the Red Wing. Yeah.
Is that what that is? But anyway, shout out to everybody who's been watching. We have close to 135 people watching. Wherever you're watching from, we appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the show, even the end. I know we went a little off topic. We went way off topic, but that's East Century Boys. We talk about everything here on East Century Boys. It's late. We have a good time. Shout out to Adrian, man. You know how much I appreciate you, my brother. DSG, funny as always. Tot, whatever. Sammy, Joe, Russ, Damian, Daniel, Kid, Mommy Kid. I just see a bunch of sperm, milk. I'll never look at that the same. Evan was in the house, was tuning in. I think Evan was going to say he was going to try to crash our party here. Curtis, he did that last week, which was fun. Jonah, forgive me if I missed anybody. X Factor, everyone watching. C Devil, Greg, thank you for tuning in. We really had a lot of fun. We usually do. You're going way overboard, Tati. Way overboard. Okay.
All Executive producer there. Perfect. Amazing.
Look at this.
That's crazy.
Look at this.
Eggplant rain, milk rain. I don't get it, Tati. What's happening here?
I think you get it. Well, before she keeps putting more stuff in there, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Like and subscribe to those Dolphin fans who are watching. I know it's hard, but I know we all bleed aqua and arch till the day we die. So like and subscribe. Most importantly, fins up. Good night, Miami. God, this was crazy.
Yo, gringos in the house. Straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street, where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex, the boy with the E. Step feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet.